Where were you when the storm hit? Further, who were you with? It was Wednesday, June 12th. I was in Chisholm at St. Joseph's. I'm standing in my office. I had just finished a meeting. I decided then to make a call to Cheryl Craig, who's been helping our parishes form the new St. Vincent de Paul Conference to grow in holiness and charity. It was 5:40 p.m., and then seemingly out of nowhere, the storm hit. These loud, aggressive thuds were pounding the roof. Golf ball-sized hail was being thrown down this pitch dark sky. It was quick and fast, but violent. It was like a hailstorm I've never seen. Everyone I talked to was there agrees. Something I've only heard of. I thought about my car that moment, parked outside, but never dared to go out there. Plus, I realized it already has a fair number of dings and dents over the years. But anyways, quite distracted by what was occurring, yet staying on the phone, I said, Cheryl, this is crazy. We've never been in anything like this. So that question, where were you when the storm hit? But further, I think more meaningful, who were you with? Who were you with? Our first reading comes from the book of Job. I would say a devastating account, this story. I think most of us are generally familiar with the book of Job. Here's this man, abundantly blessed. He has 7 sons, 3 daughters, enormous wealth, thousands of animals, workers, and above all, though, a completely unstained, pure, and holy relationship with God and his family and his friends and all who work for him. It's like a picture-perfect life. He's what you would call an excellent man, a man with a heart of gold. And then here we have the gospel and the main characters, the disciples of Jesus, this small group of Jesus's closest friends who have left everything behind, jobs, family, to follow him. Like, these are good people striving to be great, close to God. Yet what happens to these people? We hear this violent squall comes up and waves start breaking over the boat, filling it up. And it raises the question that I must admit, again and again, I struggle with. I struggle with God. Devastating storms hit the lives of good people. Even like the best people. And what can be even more troublesome to me is so often that it's actually God himself who leads us into storms. Like, if you catch that, in this gospel, it's Jesus who instructs them, get in the boat, let's head to the other side. He knew exactly what he was bringing his closest friends into. Back to that first reading, the story of Job, maybe even more troublesome, and I grapple with. It's God who instructs Satan. Behold, all that Job has is in your power. God gives the free rein for the storm that crashes upon Job's life. This is the question that I would say is at the heart of the book of Job. Why does God allow us? Why does he allow good people, even the best of people, to suffer inexplicably and really awfully? And to think, by no fault of their own, we could say for no good reason. It's an awful question. I think we all must contend with the suffering that hits our lives and the lives of those we love. Like, Lord, do you not care? Do you not care that we're perishing? God, do you not care that I'm struggling so much and hurting so much? I'm trying so hard. Like, are you with me? What was the experience of Job? Like I said, he had all these riches and family and picture-perfect life. And then this storm. And his experience is pain, abandonment, and suffering. And all the while, God remains silent. Silent. Everything was taken from Job. And through the book, you hear him pray, "My heart is in turmoil. I cried to you, God, and you do not answer me. You tossed me about in the roar of the storm." I would say, like us all, I want answers. I want God to give an answer. Why? Why, God? Why this suffering? Why does this person have cancer? Why this sickness? Why this storm? This does not make sense. They've done nothing wrong. And what's so difficult is that in all of Scripture, God never answers why. He never answers why. God, he does provide an answer to suffering, but not to the question why. The answer he provides is how. And that's with him. God's answer isn't words, but himself. The answer is God himself. And this, I think, is the ultimate key to every inexplicable suffering and devastating storm in life that we cannot underestimate. So often life doesn't make sense, but the Lord is always ready to be with us, present. Even when we can't understand the meaning of our suffering, with God, every suffering of our lives can have meaning. Where was God when the storm came? I think in this gospel. He's right where he needed to be. He was with the disciples. The answer we most need in the storm is not why, but how. How am I going to get through this? It's only with God, with him. God himself is the answer.